coaching, one of the things I try hard is I don't put up with it. Like if somebody rolls their eyes, I'm like, there's the door. That will not happen again.
Mm-hmm.
And then we just don't tolerate it. We talk a lot about being kind, being nice. And I feel that's one of the neat things about being a coach is you're trying to teach the whole student to be a better person. You know, after they leave the program, are they a better person for having gone through it? That's my goal.
Hello and welcome to another episode of the Elena Cardone Show. Today I'm super excited to have Cindy Clough here. You are so accomplished, so phenomenal in an area that I'm an absolute disaster, by the way. You won, and I'm going to quote it here, the National Dance Coach of the Year and National Dance Coaches Hall of Fame 2021. So, and you've been coaching for 48 years, which doesn't seem possible. No. Is that right?
It is right. I just finished my 48th season.
So she's, you teach cheer and dance?
Not cheer, but all types of dance, like hip hop. I don't teach anymore as much, but I direct. So, and I coach.
And have you done anything with the Super Bowl?
Oh, yeah.
What did you do with the Super Bowl?
Well, one of our former employees actually works on the Super Bowls, all the Super Bowls, the Emmys, the Oscars, the Latin Music Awards, Billboard, everything. And so once in a while, she lets us go work with her and help her, and that's exciting. But we did the costumes for the Black Eyed Peas show, the light up ones.
No way.
Yeah, we did. And then they later were on the Olympic opening games in Russia. That was pretty cool.
With those same costumes?
Same costumes. They recycled them and used them. So that was
well,
neat.
what was that like?
Oh, it was a lot of work because they were we had never done anything like that. So it was like they wanted it, so we created it, and it was very fun. And my daughter got to dance on stage with the Black Eyed Peas and Beyonce. We did the Beyonce show. Yeah, that was fun.
What?
So some neat opportunities.
Wow. So tell me about, what's it like working, and then we'll get back into dance and stuff, but everyone wants to know now, like what's it like working with Beyonce or the Black Eyed Peas?
Beyonce was simply incredible. I have never seen such a hard worker. She practiced so hard and so humble and so appreciative to all the people on the field and all the dancers. I was just had the utmost respect for her. One of my neater moments, she was on a golf cart going through the tunnel afterward, and someone said, "I love you, Beyonce." She threw her sweater to one of the workers, and I was like, okay, melt my heart. You're great. So that was neat. Yeah. The Black Eyed Peas were awesome too. It was very fun. So, yeah.
Do you find that the higher the celebrity, the kinder they are, but the person coming up maybe has the attitude and thinks that they're somebody, or do you find that or no?
You know, I haven't worked with them directly as much as my friend KP, and she has stories to tell, but she said most of them are unbelievably gracious and kind. You're right. The higher the level, they're
this is what I've noticed.
Yeah, they're not trying to prove themselves.
Yeah, they're more authentic. The heart is open. You know. Yeah.
And I love that.
So, but you're in the dance world. Would you say that stereotypical label of prima donna is rampant in the dance world? You
know, I think it depends. Certain areas and certain studios are that way. I feel the really neat thing about Minnesota is we're very, I had somebody come to our camp. We run camps in the summer, and they came from another state, and they go, "It's not like this in our state. You guys you give to each other and you help each other, and so that was neat." But I think we have a very great spirit of camaraderie between the coaches and share a lot.
So how do you handle, let's say, you get a bad apple or bad seed in the group? How do you coach that out of them?
Well, it's probably very similar to what you do in Cardone Ventures. I feel, coaching, one of the things I try hard is I don't put up with it. Like if somebody rolls their eyes, I'm like, there's the door. So we have
actually tell them?
Not maybe at that moment, but I remember one day saying, someone rolled their eyes at me today, and that will not happen again. And then we just don't tolerate it. It's just something they don't do. And we don't have a problem with it, but some teams do. Believe it or not, we don't have a constitution. We don't have
What do you mean a constitution?
Like most teams have a contract the kids have to sign. We don't have anything like that. We just have, the difference between right and wrong, and choose what's right, and we'll go from there. So it's a mutual culture of respect.
Have you ever had a dancer in the group backstab the whole entire group?
Oh yeah.
Like, how do they do that?
They'll sometimes talk behind each other. They're teenage girls. So it's and social media has added a whole different level to deal with. So we have to talk. We talk a lot about being kind, being nice. And I feel that's one of the neat things about being a coach is you're trying to teach the whole student to be a better person. After they leave the program, are they a better person for having gone through it? That's my goal. And that's where I find a reward, rather than just teaching them to dance and to win state championships. And, that's all great. But
how much of in order to win the state championship, how much of that is mental versus the physical?
It's a total package. You have the mental side of coaching. And I feel, when you've done it a while, you're not a deer in the headlight when you get into the state tournament. So you're able to coach them through the nerves, because it's, we kind of have a philosophy. It's just another day. Our ballet teachers, I was like, you go to the fridge, you get a glass of milk, you pour it, you drink it. You don't go, oh, it's state day, I'm going to get a glass of milk, I'm going to open the, you don't change it. And we have a philosophy that every day is a big day. So we practice hard every day. And yeah. So you love what you do? Oh, love it. And it, it has spilled so much. That's how our business started, from my love of dance. And now everything about our business, well, not everything, because now we have different things too, but was surrounded around dance. Like we have a mail order catalog, and we have developed costumes, and we have an embroidery service, but then we do clinics, camps, similar, very on a low scale, similar to what you do, but we bring in coaches and train them on how to coach. And we'll have 1,000 dancers at a time on one end of the building, and maybe 150 coaches on the other end of the building.
And they all work for you? How many people work?
Those people are coming to our event.
Okay, got you.
Right.
I got you. Okay.
So we do have 1,000 employees in our company.
You have 1,000 employees. How do you manage 1,000 employees?
It's crazy. We're learning a lot from you guys.
Yeah,
we are.
You're going through the Cardone
We've been going
Ventures.
through a lot of different
So you platformed?
things. We went through the one out in Scottsdale.
So you went to the 10X 360?
Yes, I personally didn't. I've only gone to the couples retreat. Personally, the one in the Bahamas.
Oh, that was fun.
It was very fun. Yeah. So I've done that, but everything. Our businesses, we run youth programs during the school season, and our kids are. I think we're in 200 different towns, communities, and about 13 states, and we have 35,000 kids annually in our program. So. And we train the teachers.
35,000 students.
If you would have told me that would have happened, I would have never believed it.
Whoa.
So, and it's, listening this morning to the meetings at your Grant Cardone, we were like, I love how he says, move fast. That's how we've kind of built our business, a lot of hard work and taking care of our people and our customers. So Steve and I have worked hard our whole lives. So
do you treat the dancers differently depending on what one might need versus the other one?
Oh yeah.
You
they all
can
have yes, they all have different needs, and all the directors that teach the kids out in the field, they all have different needs too. They're all in different demographics, different size communities, different income brackets. So,
how do you deal with if a student isn't to the level that is required for something, but they think they are?
Ooh, we deal with that quite often.
And so but how do you deal with that without crushing them? But
it's hard.
It's hard.
That's probably the thing.
And are you always right? Does anyone ever prove you wrong?
Oh yeah. Kids have proved, and that's something we say to them, prove us wrong. If you think we're wrong, prove us wrong. But we, both at the studio that we run locally and all our studios, we have like an A team, a B team, a C team. We don't call them that, but the elite team. And everybody has a place, and I think that's neat. Like even
Know your role.
Yeah, know your role. Sometimes people get frustrated. They'll quit if they don't get the level they want. And sometimes they'll fight harder and try to get the level that they want. And, you know, I have a girl this year that, and I have guys dancing now too, so that's neat. But a girl this year that I feel really proved us wrong. You know, in my heart, I was like, she's going to have to work really extra hard if she's going to get to this level. But she did.
And she did it. Wow.
Pure grit.
And so you tell them the truth, or?
Oh yeah, we tell them the truth. Now we just finished our season, and we will have exit interviews with every student. Now I'm talking high school coaching because
And what are the parents? Are the parents upset when you tell them the truth? Maybe the parents disagree.
Sometimes they thank us, you know, because you know, and we love to have the parents at the meeting because we will say, you know, you haven't been working hard on what you need to work on. You know, you can't keep, you know, repeating the same behavior and expect a different result.
Right.
So,
yeah. How important then is a team in your line of business?
The team at the office
or anywhere, or
the team is
that
everything.
you coach. And
the team is everything, and everything's got to be about the greater good of the team, not the individual. And you know, we have a big sign in our practice room that says the standard is the standard, and we can't compromise that. So sometimes I have to go look at it when I'm thinking with my heart rather than my head. I have to go look at it and go, the standard's the standard. Or my assistant coaches.
I love that. The standard is the standard.
And my assistant coaches sometimes have to remind me because I am getting a little softer, you know, I think. But
oh, you are?
Maybe. Not really. But sometimes I just want them to get there so bad. And if they're not quite there, we point at the sign and go, you know.
Wow.
So.
That's an interesting industry, huh? It's so demanding.
It's so physical. These kids, like compared to 10, 15 years ago, it's just so incredibly hard. Like they train hard. Like I always tell them, you're training at the level of an Olympic athlete to be at the level we're at. And they have to be thinking about diet, food, what they're putting in their body, you know, taking care of their body. And they sometimes don't understand at a high school age, you only get one body. So.
Are they abused? Do you see a lot of disorders? Eating kind of?
I have over the years. Yeah, I have.
And you recognize it?
Over you. Oh, yeah, I know.
And
all
do you
the
say
signs.
any? Like,
I sure do.
You do. You
I've
bring
met
it
with
to the
many a parent.
Now, what about this? Are the biological males that are transitioning into the females coming in to the teams? And the question is their physical body endurance and strength causing your athletes, the biological women athletes, to have to work that much harder to keep up?
I feel you're right on that. Like, you know, men can just jump higher. It's just proven. You know, we have a team in Minnesota that has a really strong male dancer, and you just watch him because he's so incredible. But I don't think it's made it harder for the women. I mean, I think they train hard anyway. But
are they competing as a woman?
I haven't had that happen with me.
Okay.
I know my granddaughters had that happen in track, and it does make it harder because
now they're
competing as a woman and running against
a biological woman.
Right.
Because that's what made me think of that. This is new to us, fairly new to us in recent years. Yes. And when you said that they have to watch their bodies and the strength and their athletes, that a lot of other areas like track and swimming are saying that they're even having to compete and push their bodies so much further than the limit because they're competing against